Hi, everybody. This is your host, Ruxie, Ruth McGouth, welcoming you to Ruth Reacts to Books. This is Season 2, Episode 3, and today we are reacting to the first 5-star book of the year, Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jessie Q. Sutanto. So obviously giving it 5 stars, that's the most stars I can give a book. So I really liked this one, and I'm excited to talk with you about it today. So first thing I'm going to do is read the description from inside the book, and then I'll tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and I've got a couple extra things to share because there's so many things I liked about this today, and then I'll share a recipe and tell you about why I picked this nail set to go along with this book today. All right, let's get to it. Vera Wong is a lonely little old lady, a lady of a certain age who lives above her forgotten tea shop in the middle of San Francisco's Chinatown. Despite living alone, Vera is not needy. Oh no. She likes nothing more than sipping on a good cup of oolong and doing some healthy detective work on the internet about what her Gen Z son is up to. Then one morning, Vera trudges downstairs to find a curious thing. A dead man in the middle of her tea shop. In his outstretched hand is a flash drive. Vera doesn't know what comes over her, but after calling the cops like any good citizen would, she sort of swipes the flash drive from the body and tucks it safely into the pocket of her apron. Why? Because Vera is sure she will do a better job than the police possibly can. Nobody sniffs out a wrongdoing quite like a suspicious Chinese mother with time on her hands. Vera knows the killer will be back for the flash drive, and all she has to do is watch the increasing number of customers at her shop and figure out which one of them is the killer. What Vera does not expect is to form friendships with her customers and start to care for each and every one of them. As a protective mother hen, will she end up having to give one of her newfound chicks to the police? Dun dun dun! All right, so what I liked about this book. First of all, I really liked the characters. Jessie does a very nice job of building up these characters and giving them, throughout the book, kind of each chapter, you get different perspectives. So one chapter is told from Vera's perspective, another one might be told from a different character's perspective, so you kind of get to know these different people that are coming into her shop, who are on her suspect list. And so you really do sort of get to know the people, and they become very lovable characters, some of them. And Vera herself becomes a very lovable character. That was one thing I liked. Another thing I liked was the tea. So she has this really neat tea shop with all of these different kinds of tea. And if you know me, you know that I love tea. I love it a lot. And I love all different kinds of tea. So I'm going to share my favorite tea later. I've brought it here. This is definitely not a paid promotion. I purchased this tea myself, and it's just my favorite. I'll share it with you later. 3, the mother. As a mother of a Gen Z child myself, in fact, 2 Gen Z and 1 Gen A child, I definitely really felt for her in that situation. I'm not as old as this mother is. However, I definitely really enjoyed that part. There were some parts that I could see my mother enjoying in this book as well. The heart. This book had a lot of heart in it. Just the way that it talked about in that opening kind of spiel about how she starts to care for the people that are coming into her shop. And gosh, she just does a very nice job of really caring about them and wanting to help them with whatever problems they're having in their lives. And it is kind of just becomes a very beautiful story, where they are all intertwining in this interesting way. And so that honestly is probably the reason that I really loved this book so much and did not want it to end. And then the ending. I love the ending. I did not expect it. I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I love it when a book can surprise me, and this book really surprised me with the ending. Did not see it coming. I had no idea. I was kind of kept guessing throughout the whole book, so that was really cool. This book was recommended to me by my new book club because apparently they read it earlier and we might read the second book. So there's a second book in this series about where apparently Vera Wong solves another mystery And so I'm excited for when we do that with our book club, because I really enjoyed it. And I did look up to see if this author, Jessie Sutanto, has other books, and it looks like they do have other books that are not in the mystery genre, more in the fiction genre. So I'll be checking them out, putting them on my list, just because I think that she's a really good writer. So what did I not like? Honestly, there wasn't a lot that I didn't like. At first, Vera annoyed me a little bit, but she grew on me really, really fast. So yeah, there wasn't a lot that I can say that I didn't like about this book. I did bring my favorite tea. This is from a company called Harney & Sons Royal Palace Tea, and it is a black tea with like notes of grapefruit and lemon. This is a tea that I really enjoy. It just tastes delicious. And Earl Grey is obviously my favorite. If you know me, you know I love my Earl Grey, but this is just another kind of delicious, tasty tea. If you want a fancy cup of tea that I bought years ago, and keep it, when you keep tea in the metal canister, you can keep it for a long time and it'll stay fresh. FYI for my tea connoisseurs out there. In the book, Vera goes to the house of one of these people, and she's kind of taking care of them a little bit because they're having some trouble. And she goes to make tea and finds that all they have are Lipton tea bags. And so she cuts open 3 Lipton tea bags and puts them in boiling water, and she boils them up. And then she mixes them with like regular milk and sweetened condensed milk, and that's how she serves this tea. So I'm definitely going to give that recipe a try, although that's not the recipe that I'm including with my recording today. So the recipe that I'm including with this book is a tofu with garlic sauce, a Chinese tofu with garlic sauce. In this book, Vera kind of cooks a lot. She likes to cook for people. She likes to take care of people. That's kind of the character that she is, right? She's either giving them tea that she thinks will help them in certain ways, and she has all kinds of teas that she thinks will help with all kinds of different things, as you'll see if you read the book. But she's either giving them a specific tea, or she's bringing them different foods that she thinks will hit just the right spot. And so for me, tofu with garlic sauce is my absolute favorite kind of thing to get when I'm eating Chinese. And so I've included a Chinese recipe for tofu with garlic sauce. You can pair that with rice and any kind of vegetables that you want. If you haven't tried tofu, you know, don't be too scared of it. Take a look at this recipe. This recipe I've included actually does a nice job of explaining about the different kinds of tofu and giving you a little background into it. I know it can sound scary, but it can also taste super delicious and yummy. So give it a shot if you're feeling brave enough. And then the last thing is my nails. So I did kind of a little out of my comfort zone. So we've got sort of like a floral pattern on the nails that I put on some of the nails, and then we've got a mixed mani that came in the set with this gold one on the pinky and the pointer finger. And then on the rest of the nails we have like the floral pattern, which is not normal for me to be wearing nails like that, but I thought with this, there's another theme of this book that I haven't talked about yet, is there's a lot of art in this book, which I really enjoyed. And this pattern just kind of made me think about the beautiful art that you hear about in this book. There's definitely some scenes where it's evocative of kind of just the swirls and the patterns and the beauty, and you kind of hear about some artists and their process and their writer's block or their artist's block. And so that's kind of how I wanted to bring that into the nail set that I picked for this week. And also, it's always good to get out of your comfort zone sometimes. So I hope you are all having a nice week. And if you like my videos, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, as those Gen Z kids say these days. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I hope to see you soon. Bye.